Welcome to Hoardganize with professional organizer Rachel Seavey. Every Sunday at 6 p.m., Rachel shares her expertise and compassionate approach to help you deal with overwhelming clutter. Rachel?
Hey, collectors. Welcome to the Hoardganize podcast. I'm your host, professional organizer Rachel Seavey. And today's a little bit more about me. I'm going to be divulging to you all that my heart was recently shattered into, I don't know, about a tiny million pieces. So, no sooner than I put out my coaching podcast a couple weeks ago, letting you all know that I'm moving up in this small world, that my best friend slash fiance slash partner decided, unbeknownst to me, to leave. And so, first of all, why am I letting this all out on air and putting my dirty laundry out there, exposing myself to the shame? Well, honestly, talking to you all has become therapeutic. So it isn't about him, it's about me. And honestly, if he did hear this podcast, the irony would be that this is the first of my podcasts that he ever took the time to listen to. So if you would have asked me about my life on October 15th, 2018, I would have told you that I was absolutely blessed with the most amazing partner and stepfather to my little boy and business partner. I mean, I'm talking about an almost 7-year relationship. Then all of a sudden, a lot like my mother did, in an instant, no notice, they disappeared, blaming me for everything possible, never looking back. And they said they were unhappy for years. I mean, how do you go living for years not knowing that your partner is unhappy? I'm not sure how that happened. They said there was a lack of intimacy. It's like, okay, let's turn that dagger a little harder in the back. So every week, I work 60-hour weeks. They're incredibly physical, they're incredibly emotional. I'm mentally exhausted, I'm physically exhausted. So when I get home, I just want to eat, I want to shower, I want to relax. But I would still make time to cook the dinner. I'd have the crock pot going so that everyone could eat. And, a lot like Supermom. But, as far as intimacy goes, I just wasn't in the mood. What I was in the mood it was take a shower and rest after a long day. And so that's, the honeymoon phase was over maybe after a year. And I felt like we had grown together and grown up to be, partners and lovers. But so that's how I think most relationships are. After 7 years, most people aren't all hot and heavy like they were in the beginning. I have asked around. I did my due diligence, and really most people are not doing it like bunnies after 7 years. So, what does it say about me, though, that I had absolutely zero clue that anything was seriously wrong? It wasn't only me, though. My 10-year-old son who lived with us had no idea. Our nanny of 6 years had no idea. None of our friends or family had any idea. This is something that they decided to bottle up for years and just be on the surface seeming happy. And why? Is it because I made the majority of the money during this time? Was it so that their teenage daughter had a place to stay until they went to college? Was it so that they could settle and work on a job that was unfulfilling? I'm not sure, but whatever I enabled worked against me. So the official departure was on Halloween. I haven't been able to put a podcast out. As you know, it's been hard. I mean, I was in shock and so depressed. I couldn't even hand out candy to the kids. I turned all of the lights off. I went to bed and I just waited for him to come back. I mean, he'd literally left with his shirt on his back. He didn't even take his toothbrush, nothing. It was almost like he had somewhere to go. During this time, I still had to go into work and help all my beautiful clients. And I shared a little with some and a lot I did not share with. I mean, my work is about my clients, it's not about me. And I do try and be as present as I can be for my job. So every single day, at any moment that I had it free, I would beg on text, for him to come back home. And this is actually something that I've never done. I never begged my mom to come back. I mean, instead, I was angry. And so I opened myself up begging and in turn was rejected. I mean, pathetic, depressing text after text was sent out begging, and hardly even a text or even a kind word was sent back in return. I was checking my phone obsessively, praying that he'd return. I was crying, hating myself for not understanding, hating myself for not being good enough. And I thought of you guys. I really thought of you all a lot because I didn't want to do my laundry and I didn't want to make my bed. I didn't want to cook for myself. I just wanted him to come back. And thank God for Mary, my nanny, keeping up my house. I mean, I just thought of you guys and how you get so depressed and let everything go. I mean, the idea is so tempting. I was like one step away. But, depression is really exhausting and it takes a lot out of you. So, anyway, this absolutely overwhelming, depressing funk lasted about 1 week. That was the longest week ever. But once the week was over, it was kind of like, the sun shining through the clouds. And after it happened, I had divulged stupidly on Facebook and Instagram what had happened. And it's not really the best move, but I guess I was just in hindsight looking for sympathy. I mean, I have to tell you, people told me the kindest of things. Professional organizers, my friend Nacho from Mexico, my business coach, my friends, my very short list of family members, and you, my dear collectors, chimed in and told me the nicest things. And you all reminded me that I was put on this earth to help others. And you all reminded me to trade in my expectation for appreciation. You all reminded me that it is in the moment that I make decisions that my destiny is shaped. So I decided that I wanted to be happy again. And thank you to every single person out there that sent me a kind note, a kind thought, and a kind prayer. You all reached me, surrounded me, and lifted me up. And I did practice listening to Tony Robbins about changing my state and how I took a triad. He thinks it takes 3 things to change your state immediately. So it's your physiology, your language, and your focus. So anytime that I felt bad or depressed or upset, I would just start moving my body, exercising, telling myself that I was the best, and focusing on things that made me happy. And when I do get down and think about these things, I immediately take these steps to alleviate the pain. And so all the things that I do preach, I practice, and it felt amazing. And you'll be proud of me. I did not break or damage any of the crap that he left in my house for almost 2 weeks. Instead, I carefully packed it up and moved it into the garage. That's what I always tell my clients to do with their excess stuff. I know what toxic energy is, and I just don't need it near me. And I know what karma is, and I don't need any bad karma. So, collectors, what does this all mean? It means that I have been inspired to unleash my true power within. I am going to be a life coach. I will succeed. I will continue the podcast. And I will be the best single mom out there. Thank you all for supporting me and allowing me to be completely candid and giving me the courage and the strength to move on stronger and smarter than before. Until next time, collectors, and remember, happiness is a place between too little and too much.
This has been Hoardganize with Rachel Seavey. New episodes are available every Sunday at 6 p.m. and also on the Collector Care YouTube channel. Download Rachel's Affirmations for Collectors on iTunes or Amazon.com, or sign up for Rachel's blog at collectorcare.com and receive 7 tips for clutter-free living. Thanks for listening.